The word manifest refers to making something visible, evident, or real, especially something that was previously hidden, latent, or in the realm of potential. It is commonly associated with bringing thoughts, desires, or intentions into tangible reality through focused action, belief, or intention. The term has a broad range of applications, spanning physical, psychological, spiritual, and metaphysical contexts, where it often involves the process of actualizing or demonstrating something clearly. Here are the detailed facets of the word manifest that explore its various meanings and implications. 1. Bringing something into reality. At its core, manifest means to bring something into existence or reality. It involves taking an idea, intention, or desire from the mind and actualizing it in the physical world. In this sense, manifestation is about converting thoughts into tangible outcomes through conscious effort, belief, and action. This can apply to achieving goals, creating art, building a business, or any other process where something is made real. 2. Making visible or evident. Manifest also means to make something apparent or visible. When something is manifested, it becomes clear, obvious, or undeniable. For example, a person's emotions can manifest as physical expressions, such as a smile, tears, or laughter, making their feelings visible to others. In this way, manifestation involves revealing something that may have been hidden or not immediately noticeable. 3. Demonstrating or showing clearly. The word manifest can imply a clear demonstration of an attribute, quality, or fact. It involves displaying or embodying certain characteristics in a way that leaves little doubt about their presence. For instance, someone can manifest courage through brave actions or manifest kindness through compassionate behavior. It's about exhibiting qualities in a way that others can recognize and understand. 4. Manifestation in spiritual and metaphysical contexts. In spiritual or metaphysical contexts, manifest often refers to the process of attracting or creating desired outcomes through focused intention, visualization, and the alignment of one's energy or vibration. This idea is central to the law of attraction, where it is believed that by focusing on positive thoughts and emotions, one can draw corresponding positive experiences into their life. Manifestation in this sense involves a blend of mental, emotional, and spiritual practices aimed at bringing one's desires into reality. 5. Materialization of abstract concepts. Manifesting can also involve making abstract concepts or ideas concrete. For example, manifesting love can involve expressing affection, spending quality time with someone, or performing acts of kindness. In business, manifesting a vision could mean creating a strategic plan, launching a new product, or building a brand. It's about taking something intangible and giving it a form that can be experienced or interacted with. 6. The power of intentionality. Manifestation often emphasizes the importance of intention. It involves setting a clear and focused intention to achieve a particular outcome, and then taking purposeful actions to bring that outcome to fruition. Intentionality gives direction to one's thoughts and actions, channeling energy toward the desired result. In this way, manifesting is an active process that requires clarity, commitment, and consistency. 7. Manifesting as a process. Rather than being an instantaneous event, manifestation is often a process that unfolds over time. It involves setting goals, taking steps toward achieving them, overcoming obstacles, and staying persistent. This process-oriented approach to manifestation acknowledges that while the end result is important, the journey of growth, learning, and transformation is equally significant. It encourages patience and continuous effort. 8. Manifestation in psychological terms. In psychology, the term manifest can refer to the observable expression of underlying thoughts, emotions, or motivations. For example, a person's anxiety might manifest as physical symptoms like sweating, trembling, or a racing heart. Here, the manifestation serves as a sign that reveals deeper, internal states. In therapy or self-awareness practices, recognizing these manifestations can be key to understanding and addressing deeper issues. 9. Manifest destiny and historical use. The term manifest has historical significance, such as in the phrase manifest destiny, which referred to the 19th century belief in the inevitable expansion of the United States across the North American continent. In this context, manifest suggested a perceived inevitability or divine sanction for a particular course of action. It reflected the idea that the expansion was self-evident or destined to happen. 10. Manifesting through visualization and affirmation. Techniques like visualization and affirmation are commonly used in the process of manifestation. Visualization involves creating a mental image of the desired outcome, while affirmations involve repeating positive statements that reinforce one's belief in achieving that outcome. These techniques are believed to help align the subconscious mind with one's goals, making it more likely for actions and opportunities to arise that support the manifestation. 11. Manifesting potential or latent qualities. The word manifest can also be used in the sense of realizing or expressing one's potential. It involves bringing latent abilities, skills, or qualities to the surface and using them in meaningful ways. For example, a person might manifest their leadership potential by stepping up to take charge in challenging situations. It's about activating what is already within and allowing it to emerge. 12. Manifestation as an expression of will. Manifestation can be seen as a powerful expression of one's will or desire. It involves directing one's energy, resources, and efforts toward bringing something specific into being. The act of manifesting reflects an individual's determination and ability to shape their life according to their desires, showing how much one's focused willpower can influence the course of events. 13. Manifestation in art and creativity. In art and creativity, manifesting refers to the process of turning inspiration or an idea into a finished piece of work. An artist might manifest their inner vision through painting, sculpture, music, or writing. This process involves channeling inner thoughts and emotions into a form that others can experience. It reflects the ability to make the invisible visible, sharing personal experiences or insights with a broader audience. 14. Manifest as evidence or proof. Manifest can also be used to indicate something that serves as evidence or proof of a particular fact or quality. For instance, a person's success might manifest as awards, recognitions, or financial wealth. In this sense, the term reflects the idea that the outcome serves as a concrete demonstration of one's abilities, efforts, or qualities. 15. Legal and formal uses of the word. In legal or formal contexts, the word manifest can be used to describe something that is clear and unmistakable, such as manifest injustice or manifest error. In shipping and logistics, a manifest is a document listing the contents of a cargo shipment. These formal uses emphasize the clarity, visibility, or detailed nature of something that is being declared or presented. 16. Manifestation as a collective process. Manifesting is not always an individual process, it can also be collective. Groups, communities, or organizations can manifest shared goals, visions, or changes. For example, a social movement might manifest changes in policy, attitudes, or societal structures through collective action and advocacy. This highlights the power of collective intention and action in shaping larger-scale realities. The word manifest encompasses a rich and multidimensional concept that bridges the gap between the unseen and the seen, the potential and the actual. It involves bringing ideas, desires, or qualities into reality through intentionality, effort, and sometimes a belief in the interconnectedness of the mind and the universe. Whether applied to personal development, spiritual practices, art, or everyday life, manifesting is about making the invisible visible and transforming possibilities into realities. The word trust encompasses a range of meanings related to confidence, belief, reliability, and expectation. It represents the faith that one places in someone or something to act in a reliable, honest, or competent manner. Trust is fundamental to relationships, social interactions, and personal growth, and plays a vital role in various contexts, such as emotional well-being, business, legal agreements, and society as a whole. Here are the detailed facets of the word trust that explore its various meanings and implications. 1. Confidence in reliability or integrity. At its core, trust refers to the confidence that one places in the reliability, integrity, or truthfulness of a person, group, or system. When you trust someone, you believe they will act in a dependable or ethical manner. This is foundational in relationships, where trust is built over time through consistent behavior and actions that align with words. 2. Emotional security and safety. Trust provides a sense of emotional security and safety. When we trust others, we feel secure in sharing our feelings, thoughts, and vulnerabilities with them without fear of betrayal or judgment. This facet of trust is critical in close relationships, such as friendships, family bonds, and romantic partnerships, where mutual trust enables deeper connection and intimacy. 3. Trust as a social contract. In society, trust acts as a kind of social contract that facilitates cooperation, social cohesion, and functioning. People trust institutions like governments, legal systems, and businesses to act fairly and uphold certain standards. When trust in these institutions is eroded, social instability, corruption, or conflict can arise, as people no longer believe that their interests will be protected. 4. Trust in oneself, self-trust. Trust is not only directed toward others, but also toward oneself. Self-trust involves having confidence in one's own judgment, abilities, and worth. It means believing in your capacity to handle challenges, make good decisions, and achieve goals. Self-trust is important for self-esteem, personal growth, and resilience, as it encourages taking risks and learning from experiences. 5. Trust as an act of faith or belief. Trust often involves an element of faith or belief, especially when there is no absolute certainty or proof. It requires accepting some level of risk or vulnerability, as there is always a possibility that the trusted party might fail. This kind of trust is evident in religious or spiritual contexts, where faith in a higher power or the universe involves trusting in something that cannot be empirically proven. 6. Conditional versus unconditional trust. Trust can be either conditional or unconditional. Conditional trust is based on certain criteria or past experiences, and it can be withdrawn if those conditions are violated, e.g., someone keeping their promises. Unconditional trust, on the other hand, is given without requiring proof or conditions. This kind of trust is often seen in deep personal relationships, such as between a parent and child, where trust is given freely regardless of circumstances. 7. Building and eroding trust. Trust is not static, it can be built over time through consistent actions, honesty, and reliability. Small acts of kindness, keeping promises, and being there for someone in times of need can strengthen trust. Conversely, trust can be easily eroded or broken through betrayal, dishonesty, inconsistency, or neglect. Once broken, rebuilding trust can be challenging and often requires significant effort, time, and transparency. 8. Trust in systems or institutions. Beyond interpersonal trust, the term also applies to systems and institutions, such as legal systems, financial markets, healthcare, and government. Public trust in these entities is essential for their proper functioning. For example, if people trust the banking system, they are more likely to invest and save money. If trust is lost, it can lead to systemic failures, such as financial crises or social unrest. 9. Trust as a legal and financial concept. In legal and financial contexts, a trust is a formal arrangement in which one party, the trustee, holds assets for the benefit of another, the beneficiary. This form of trust involves a fiduciary duty, where the trustee is legally obligated to act in the best interests of the beneficiary. This illustrates trust as not only a personal or emotional concept, but also a structured legal arrangement that requires ethical responsibility and accountability. 10. Trust as a predictor of cooperation. Trust is a key factor in fostering cooperation. In group dynamics or organizational settings, high levels of trust among team members can lead to better communication, increased collaboration, and higher productivity. Trust reduces the need for constant monitoring or verification, allowing people to work together more effectively. When trust is absent, conflicts, misunderstandings, and inefficiencies are more likely to occur. 11. The role of trust in decision-making. Trust significantly influences decision-making processes. When you trust someone's expertise, you are more likely to follow their advice or make decisions based on their recommendations. Similarly, in marketing and consumer behavior, trust in a brand can influence purchasing decisions, as consumers tend to buy from companies they perceive as trustworthy. 12. Trust and vulnerability. Trust inherently involves vulnerability because it requires opening oneself up to the possibility of being let down or hurt. By trusting others, we allow them to have a certain amount of power over our well-being. This aspect of trust is particularly significant in close relationships, where being vulnerable and open can deepen bonds, but also carries the risk of emotional pain if trust is betrayed. 13. The psychology of trust. Psychologically, trust is influenced by individual experiences, personality traits, and past relationships. People with a history of betrayal or trauma may find it difficult to trust others, while those who have experienced supportive and reliable relationships may find it easier to trust. Trust issues can manifest in behaviors such as excessive skepticism, anxiety, or control tendencies. 14. Trust in the context of risk. Trust often plays a role in situations involving risk or uncertainty. It acts as a bridge between the known and the unknown, allowing people to proceed despite the lack of guarantees. For example, trusting a new business partner involves accepting some risk based on the belief in their reliability or expertise. The ability to trust in the face of risk can facilitate growth and new opportunities. 15. Restoring broken trust. When trust is broken, restoring it requires deliberate effort and time. The process typically involves acknowledging the breach, taking responsibility, making amends, and consistently demonstrating trustworthy behavior. Restoring trust also requires the willingness of the betrayed party to forgive and allow the possibility of rebuilding the relationship. This is often a gradual process, where small actions over time help re-establish confidence. 16. Trust as an evolutionary mechanism. Trust has evolutionary roots as a mechanism that supports social bonding and cooperation among humans. In prehistoric times, trusting others within a group was essential for survival, as cooperation increased the chances of finding food, protecting against predators, and raising offspring. This evolutionary aspect of trust is still relevant today, as social bonds and collaborative efforts remain fundamental to human well-being and progress. 17. Trust and transparency. Transparency is a key factor in building and maintaining trust. When people or organizations are open and honest about their actions, motives, and decisions, it fosters trust because it reduces uncertainty and provides clarity. Conversely, secrecy or withholding information can lead to suspicion and distrust, as it creates a sense of uncertainty and fear. 18. Cultural influences on trust. Cultural factors can influence how trust is perceived, expressed, and built. In some cultures, trust may be given more freely, while in others, it must be earned over time. Cultural norms around communication, social behavior, and authority can shape the ways people approach trust in relationships, business, and community life. Understanding these cultural nuances is important in cross-cultural interactions. The word trust encompasses a complex and multifaceted concept that touches nearly every aspect of human experience, from personal relationships to society at large. It involves confidence, belief, vulnerability, and risk, as well as the processes of building, maintaining, and restoring it. Whether directed toward people, institutions, or oneself, trust is a foundational element that influences how we navigate life, make decisions, and connect with others.